As an instrumentalist, it's interesting to me to see how certain composers suddenly appear and are suddenly very popular. How does that happen, and how can you tell a young, talented composer to allow that to happen?
I will say I can be super practical about this, which is that if you're a young composer, you've got to get your music in the fingers of someone you really like. Because and for me, the biggest thing that I did, and I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, but at Juilliard, one of the things that happens, and this is great, and I celebrate this, and no problem, but there are these composers concerts, right, where it's like 8 pieces of new music in a row, right, and I'm sure you've played on your share of them.
Yes.
And I think they're looked forward to in as a sort of, I wouldn't say root canal, but it's sort of like a yearly cleaning. You think, I know this is good for me to do, like, you get points or something for it.
I thought it was enjoyable.
Well, I'm very glad that you did, but I think there was a sense of them being slightly a chore, and
From some.
and I think what and I think there were a lot of musicians who were genuinely excited to play people's music, but step 2 is if you have a friend who's like plays the bassoon and says, I'd like you, random composer, to write a piece for me for my recital. Then what happens is your music gets contextualized by those people, by bassoon people and their mom, usually. And so what you end up with is a piece that has different legs than the ones that you could give it yourself. And I think one of the scary things about, and one of the great and scary things about composer-led ensembles is that it's a composer-led ensemble, right? It feels really luxurious. But for me, heaven is knowing that my music is sort of safely in the fingers of someone else. So Nadia Sirota, whom you'll talk to later, all 3 of her her senior year and for both years of her masters, asked me to write pieces for those recitals. And so again, it's like the people who come to that, the people who care about it, the people who are thinking about it, are not other composers specifically. It's string players. It's and so what you end up with is, that's the process for me by which the music then takes on unexpected lives.